I think cheers with caffeine instead of beer.
Yeah. I mean, and that's, thinking of that, like, the recovery community.
Yeah.
The people that are trying to make their lives better, they come to Meadowlark because it's a place to socialize. That's not a bar, and so it has that other healing effect about it too. It has all the good without the bad, and that's just another thing. I mean, and then also the way we have organized ourselves. I know in this book you talk about different types of organization loosely, like with down in Brazil, how they organize themselves in a different way as well. One of the things that was inspired by the guy who wrote Ishmael, Daniel Quinn, was the idea of a tribal business. And so what that means is that we work together as equals to make a living. There's no, manager, assistant manager, clerks kind of situation. We're really all in it together. And every month we have a staff meeting and we're like, hey, how's the job going? What can we do to make it better for you, to make your experience less stressful, and to make the store a better place? And so it's an egalitarian form of running a business. This is a really novel idea within our society. Outside of our society, everybody organizes tribally. If you think of, what I need you guys to answer this for me. What do geese organize in? Say it out louder. Flocks. What do elephants organize in? Elephants organize in herds. How about gorillas? What do they organize in? That's kind of hard. Not a lot of people know what they organize in. Called troops. How about, this is kind of a cool one, how about crows? What do they organize in? Murders. That's freaky, isn't it? So think about that next time you see a crow. Hey, it's a whole bunch of murder going around. Scary. Anyway, but what do humans organize in? What's the thing that evolution has given every animal? It's their own personal way of organizing.
Families?
Families, yes, that's true. But
tribes.
Exactly, tribes, yes. I mean, tribalism is what our psychology, what our bodies, our species is made to organize in. Now, the cool thing about humanity, too, is that we're observers and we're mimickers. I think somewhere down the line, we saw an ant colony, and we observed it, and we decided that would maybe work for us. But I think 10,000 years down the road, we're really starting to realize that we're not ants, that we can't organize under a centralized authority. And we really need to start thinking for ourselves, living for ourselves, and organizing in a really different way. And so that's what Meadowlark is trying to start doing, is organizing in a way that works really well for people, not for corporations or for governments. So that's Meadowlark in a nutshell, right there. There's so much more. Like that, I could write a chapter and throw that in Hope's Edge there, all that cool Meadowlark story stuff. But there's so much more going on in town than just Meadowlark. There's Maggie's Wraps downtown. There's Pepe's. Has everybody been to Maggie's once? If you haven't been to Maggie's, you gotta go to Maggie's. It's in the Haymarket. There's Pepe's, and both of those guys support local foods. If they can find it local, they'll jump right on it, and they'll serve it to you.
Where is Pepe's?
Pepe's is up in Holdridge. It's above against the Wall Art Gallery. Used to be a coffee shop called Steamers, and Pepe took up the space. Great place. These are institutions that are working well. We also have CSAs around town. We have the new CSA called Fox Run Farms, which means that it's community-supported agriculture. You buy a share, and you get a box of freshly grown vegetables every week of the season. I mean, if you're watching Food Inc., that's the solution to Food Inc., is supporting community agriculture. The farmer's market, I'm sure every single one of you guys have been to a farmer's market here in Lincoln, right? I mean, that's an obvious place where it's a solution to the problem. If you guys commute by bike, easy solution. Have you guys heard of the rain barrel program here in town? Like, where you just, all you do is just get a big, rain barrel, put it underneath your downspout, and you can use that water, which is better for your garden, to grow your own food. And you don't have to have it piped all the way from the Platte River to get to you. Also rain gardens, which catch the water and let it settle into the earth instead of piping it to the Salt Creek, which is, getting deluged because of monocrop agriculture. There's a lot of stuff going on in this town, and if you guys want to be part, if you guys want to make that choice to be a part of this, solution, or a part of a world where Iris and Sophie can have the same quality of life, or your irises and your Sophies can have the same quality of life. These are things that we need to support right now to keep them around, because those are the things that are really going to keep us healthy and safe, not the Monsantos or the ConAgras. It's that food, shelter, and water that we need to make sure that we got a handle on. Community crops, Ingrid was here a couple weeks ago. Seriously, that is an amazing program to get those fresh calories from the local ecology. Wow, there's a group in town called Bioneers. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Bioneers, but it's a worldwide organization, and Frances is actually a part of Bioneers, and she's given a speech at their conferences. And Paul Hawkins, Bill McKibben, I think if you guys are, know these guys' names, these are all Bioneers. There's a local group in town, and you name it, we're interested in doing it. This, let's see, we're going to be doing cob houses, we're going to be doing more rain barrels, we're going to be doing greenhouses, we're going to be doing seed balls, which is a thing called guerrilla gardening, where you take mud and compost and seeds, preferably native seeds, edible seeds for my preference, and you roll them in a ball, let them dry, and you throw them somewhere. You just let them, find a place that's not mowed, because that's pretty much carpet. And you throw it someplace that's not mowed, let it grow, and you have an edible source for food wherever you threw it. I mean, some horrible landlord's not taking care of his property. Take advantage of that, just like those folks in Brazil did,
Because they're not going to come and trim those trees anyway.
No, they're not going to. I mean, just,
you know who your neighbor landlords are.
Yeah. So, I mean, with Bioneers, whatever you guys are interested in, we're interested in too. Like, we want to support you. You guys are all we got. We're all you got. We're all in this together. We are one. We are absolutely one. And so, there's so much stuff that we're interested in. I'm sure there's something that you guys are interested in that we haven't even thought about yet. But once you tell us, we'll be like, oh my God, it's like the greatest idea ever. Okay, well, let's do that tomorrow. Why don't we, you got that? Yeah, let's go do this. And we'll go off and do it tomorrow, making a chicken fence. And we organized that last night. Because she needed a fence, we got all the stuff together, we'll make her a fence. She's gonna have chickens, she's gonna have a place to get eggs locally, maybe even meat. That's the solution to that, all that Food Inc. stuff. Let's see, Thursday at my house, we're having a potluck. So if you guys are interested, I know this is like this is like I'm putting all this information in your heads, and you're all just like, God, stop stabbing me in the head with information. Come to my place, just like in this book, it's all about food, sharing food, and getting to know each other, and then working out our solutions together. In the book it says, what do you want? What Brazil do you want, right? Well, what Lincoln do you want? Or, what life do you want? It's all up to you guys. It's all of our choices. And let's see, is there anything else I missed?
You, as a community gathering place, encourage and support a lot of groups. So, like Bioneers will show films.
Yeah.
Meadowlark. And you have community artists.
Yeah.
And some of those other kinds of things that are a vibrant part part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Meadowlark is what we kind of call Maven Trap, where like, if any of you guys have like read The Tipping Point, there's these mavens, these people that are really smart in a certain area. What would it be like gardening or biodiesel conversion, which we're going to do this year. If you guys are interested in that, that'd be fun to do. These people come up to the counter, order a coffee. I chat with them, get to know them, and then I connect these people with each other. Because I know that if biodiesel's going on in Lincoln, that helps the whole community. It doesn't just help me, it helps my kids. And